Hi, everybody, and welcome to TGCS. My name is Tim Gallagher, and today we are going to be discussing AP Computer Science A, topic 4.8 ArrayList methods. And in this third of three videos, we will develop code to use some of the methods of the ArrayList class. Let's get started. So back to the quick reference for ArrayList and some of the methods that we used. We already looked at size and add and set. Now let's focus on the method get. And get is our accessor method. It returns the element that is at the position index, the parameter that you're going to send it, when we want to retrieve an element from our array list. All right, let's look at this code in action. So here's our main method, and we have an array list of array list of strings called words. And we're populating the array list here with the words, I rarely study for tests. Not the best strategy, but those are the words that we have. And so here's our array list of strings called words. And you can see that at the bottom, all of the elements are populated. And when we call the add method, it added each word to the end of my array list. So the array list now contains I rarely study for tests. So let's retrieve a couple of those words. So if I said words.get to, and I put that in a print line statement, then when I run this code, the word study will get printed out because study is in index number 2 of the array list. Another way I could do this is I could say words.get4 and actually assign it to a string. In this case, I called it my word, and then print out my word. So now it's going to print out study again because that was in position 2. And then also tests because that is the word that is in position 4. And that's how the get method works. It retrieves the elements from our array list at that position. All right, back to the quick reference for array list. And let's look at this last method, remove. Now, remove allows you to delete an element from the list at a position index. And it works the opposite of how the two parameter add method works. Remember, the two parameter add method shifted everything down to the right to make room for the new word. Well, here with the remove method, it actually deletes the word from the list and then shifts everything higher down to the left to fill in the space left by the deleted word. Let's look at this in action. So again, here's my array list with I rarely study for tests. And I don't like the use of the word rarely here. I think you should study for your test just to make sure that you're doing well. So let's delete the word rarely from our array list. So what do? I'm going to say words.remove 1 because rarely is in index 1. And then notice I also assigned it to a string called deleted so I can capture the word that is getting removed because that does get returned when the remove method concludes. And you'll notice that when that happens, the word rarely is deleted and then everything slides down to the left, filling in the gap left by the deleted word. All right, so let's add some print statements now to see what actually happened with the contents of the array list and verify that the remove method worked as we expected it to. So I've got two print line methods here. I'm going to print line the word deleted, which should be the value that got returned from the call to the remove method, which should be rarely in this case. But then also I'm going to print out words, which is my array list. So bonus here, this is not on the Java quick reference, not tested on the AP exam, but ArrayList does have a toString method. So we can print out the contents of the array list all at once just by putting the ArrayList variable into a print line statement. So here, when I run this code, I get the word rarely, and then I get the way that the ArrayList class formats its toString method by using brackets and commas in between the elements. So then it says, I study for test because that is now the contents of my array list. All right, so in this video, we developed code to use some methods of the ArrayList class. Specifically, we looked at the get method and the remove method. And that's it for this video. Thanks again so much for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you next time. Take care.